A very warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for joining our Homeopathy 24/7 podcast. We are going to be speaking to an array of international guests who will share their knowledge and experiences of homeopathy with you. We will discuss all types of subjects such as remedies, symptoms, and stories of health. No matter where you are with your homeopathic journey, we aim to inspire you on your quest to natural health and living. The podcast is brought to you by Mary Greensmith, the founder of Homeopathy 24/7, which is a global platform connecting you with a homeopath wherever you are in the world, 24 hours a day. So let's get started with today's chat. Please welcome Mary Greensmith.
Hello, welcome. I am just going to talk to you today about natural immunity, just carrying on from last week's podcast with Dr. Anthony De Pontes, where we were talking about natural health and where it came from, where our medicine is now these days. I just think it's really important that we continue that discussion about natural immunity and maintaining health. So instead of the current concept, if you like, of Western medicine, of going to a health practitioner when you're ill, just to change that mindset about becoming more in control of maintaining your own health and seeing a health practitioner in order to maintain health and build natural immunity. And of course, it makes sense. It makes sense to do that. It makes sense to learn as much as we can about our own health, about our bodies, about what we are subjecting our bodies to each day, and about the little things that we can do ourselves every time we walk into a food shop, every time we go and have exercise, every time we're thinking about our thoughts and how we are dealing with the environment around us. Because whatever you're using, whoever you're working with, until you're understanding your part of the bargain, your part, what you have to do to maintain your health, then you'll find that everything else works so much better. So it's really worth us going through this and just discussing all of these aspects of health. So first of all, just understanding natural immunity, just understanding the importance of us maintaining our own overall health, us doing what is necessary every day to maintain good health and helping our families do that. And of course, the base blocks, the foundations of our health are based on our food, what goes into our bodies, and our exercise and our mind. Once we have control over those three aspects, what we're doing in order to keep those three aspects healthy, then our body will follow suit. Now, of course, we're all going to come onto this level of health in a different area. It's not just one point in our lives where we're healthy or we're not healthy. We could be anywhere along the line of health. And wherever we are, we want to understand where we are, where we could be, either way. So what would happen if we had an infection? What could happen if we caught a disease? What happens to us when we have an acute infection? And what happens to us when we have a chronic infection? And by just discussing all of these areas and how we experience our symptoms will help us just get to know our bodies so much better and help us understand how we react to the environment around us. So let's first of all talk about the role of the immune system, the role it has in protecting our body from infections and illnesses, the role it has in keeping us balanced, keeping us working to optimal levels. Let's talk about the food that we are eating in order to keep our body at optimum levels so that it is working as good as it can be. Everything that we put into our body has an effect on aspects of our body, and usually that's the cellular function. So what does the effect of putting something into our body that is not good for our body, what effect does that have on us? And what effect does having more useful ingredients in our foods, and how does that affect our immune system? In actual fact, I've just put together some books with some writers about immunity and about natural foods and all of the things that we can be doing. So we'll put information about those down later, because it's so important to understand the roles of the different ingredients of our foods. And also, of course, where are we buying our foods from? Most people think that a supermarket is full of the foods which are useful for our bodies. Unfortunately, this isn't the case, and it is something that I bang on about quite a lot, is about the fact that most supermarkets are there actually not to have you having the most healthy body that you can have. They are there to make money. They are there to sell stuff that you will buy more of. And in fact, they don't care whether you buy more biscuits or more chips or more crisps or whatever it is. That's not their business. Their business is to make money for their shareholders. They are not there to see you being well. You are the person who is responsible for you being well. You are the person who is responsible for what you put into your body, and you are responsible for finding out if those ingredients are good for your body or not. So the books that we've put together are all about which ingredients your body needs and why. So they're well worth looking at. They're well worth reading. So click on the links below and find out more about the books that's going to help you find the ingredients that your body needs in order to work to its best ability. So what we're talking about is building a strong foundation for our own natural immunity to continue getting stronger and stronger. We're talking about exploring those lifestyle factors that contribute to a strong immune system. We're talking about what to do when we get an infection. We're talking about what to do when we know that we're going to go into an area where we're likely to be mixing with people who are infected with something. And is there anything that we can do before we walk into that scenario? We're talking about the nutrition and the values of the balanced diet, the food that we're eating every day, and the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are really, really important for our body. We're talking about the importance of exercise and how that helps build our immunity. And of course, what we need to know a lot about is the role of quality sleep in supporting the immune system. When we sleep and our body goes through the autophagy stage of getting rid of the waste products from each of our cells, it is important to understand what our body is doing and what it needs in order to do that. So if we have a lifestyle that isn't supporting good quality sleep, we know that our immune system is going to be reduced and not at all optimized. So, of course, just understanding the different things that you can be doing to improve the quality of your sleep is really important. And then, of course, we need to go to the mind and talk about stress management and what we're doing to reduce stress in our lives, or to change the way that we interact with stress so that we can navigate stressful situations without it affecting our whole being. And imagine being able to navigate life without being bombarded with stressful situations, or being bombarded with stressful situations, but not reacting to them, not letting that stressful situation in, not letting it take over our mind and our thoughts, but actually being able to navigate through without holding it close inside. All of these things help and contribute to our natural immunity. They all help and contribute to our health and contribute to where we are on that line of health and where we can be. So this isn't a quick fix. This isn't a quick tablet that you can take to make yourself feel better. This isn't a homeopathic remedy that's going to boost your immunity. Although a homeopathic remedy might be one part of boosting your immunity, it has to be part of a whole package. And the main thing that holds this whole package together is you taking responsibility for your health. You're not putting it off to other people. Other people, the manufacturers of food, the manufacturers of comfy beds, the gyms, the doctors, the pharmaceutical companies, they are not in charge of your health. You are. And just by learning more about your body, learning more about your symptoms, learning how to interpret your symptoms and your stress will help you have a better immunity. So natural, what do we mean by natural? Just without the outside world influencing, without artificial ingredients. So we can include natural remedies, we can include natural practices. There are lots of things that we can do. We can be doing all of the time to reduce our stress, to improve our sleep, to improve the diet and the useful foods that we're actually eating. And we can talk about that till the cows come home. But really what we're talking about is the mindset to change why we need to do all of this and how it is going to improve our health. So first of all, let's decide what it is we want to achieve. Do we want to be able to walk in to an infected area and not be so susceptible to ill health? Do we want to be able to lead a full and interesting and creative life and not be upset by all of the stress and trauma? I want to say drama and trauma together. That ought to be a word, shouldn't it? Trauma that is all around us. Because we need to be able to navigate through it, but we don't need to hold it inside. And the reason that I want to make that really clear is because that our health, it often comes from our mind to start with. So what we are holding in our heads with our perceptions, with our perspectives, with those limiting beliefs, those prejudices that we hold, those things that stop us being creative and achieving what we want to achieve, these things bring on ill health. So what we have to learn is how to get rid of those from our body, how to get rid of those emotions, those feelings, and how to think other things, how to control the stress that we let in and we let affect our bodies. How can we reduce the amount of stuff that affects us emotionally? How can we navigate grief? How can we navigate anger so that we don't hold it within us and it creates ill health within us? How can we learn to let these things go? And of course, we know there are many, many therapies that might help with this. We've got mind and body practices. We've got yoga, we've got meditation, we've got mindfulness, we've got then herbal supplements, we've got aromatherapy, we've got homeopathy, we've got lots and lots of different things that we can be using to help us navigate health. But we have to be quite clear in our mind what we want to achieve. We have to know which road we're going down and what we can do ourselves. And the most important point of all this is us taking back responsibility for our own health and knowing that we do have a choice and that we can go in and make a choice. We can go to the doctors, we can get a diagnosis, we can be given an option of medication or a certain health plan. And we can go away and we can think, what does our body need now? And how actually do we want to address this? We can take people's advice, but we can also then use that advice to make a choice in how we want to progress. We can choose to do everything. We can choose to do some, and we can choose to do something on our own. The choice is always your choice. What I found is that quite often your choice you feel is limited because of what family members and friends say and their perspectives, their expectations, and the pressure that they put on you. But this isn't about them. This is about you. And you have to remember that your choice must be taken with all of this information in mind. But you must be true to yourself and your own beliefs. I think that is such a huge topic that perhaps that's time for a different podcast where we can actually discuss the pressures of people and other people's fears, expectations, and perspectives. But here, let's just talk about your perspective, about your intention, about your expectations, and about your responsibility for your health. You understand that only you decides what food goes into your body. And you understand that if you eat a certain food and it makes you feel a certain way, that perhaps you'll eat less of it next time. That just makes sense. And then, of course, we go out into a situation where we feel we don't have a choice because it might be rude if somebody's offered you something and you don't want to take it. Or it might be that you're rushing and you have to take something just because of the ease of it. But every time you do that, you know that your body's not going to like it. You're starting to listen to your body. And if we achieve that today, then that's a great step forward because your body can tell you everything you need to know about your health. So just learning to listen to your body is a huge, huge bonus. And it's something that you will hone in and get better and better at doing. So just listening to other people, listening to advice, reading books, researching, doing everything, taking all of that information and then deciding what's your gut feeling? What do you feel about where you want to go? Because there's no right and there's no wrong answers. Taking something because somebody has said it is not the right thing to do necessarily, or there might be something else that you haven't found yet. What we want to do is just encourage you to look, encourage you to learn, encourage you to research, and encourage you to question. Because if we all questioned what our body is saying and what really needs to be addressed, then we would all have a much, much better chance of having much better health, much stronger immunity, and being able to maintain better health as well. It just makes sense that you know your body better than anybody else knows your body. You know how your body reacts. You know how your body reacts to its environment, to foods that you feed it, and to the stress around you. So start interpreting those symptoms and start navigating your life, trying different things to see what helps improve your symptoms. Remember that your intuition, your gut instinct, has a real huge impact on your health. Just tuning in to your own ability to listen to your body, to what it's telling you, to those thoughts that are coming through, is going to help you question things. And remember, there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. There's just the opportunity to question and choose. So when you're giving advice from one person, say thank you very much and go and seek advice from somebody else so that you have a choice and so that you can weigh up one against the other. You can then think, what does my body say about this? How do I feel about this? How do I feel about that? And then take the choice, because the choice should be yours, nobody else's. The choice of health for your body is in your hands. So I hope just by having this discussion with you today, you are able to take this information, any information, research it further and ask yourself how you feel about it, because this is about you and your body and your health. So just to go through everything that we've discussed, really, we're looking at you taking responsibility for your health with everything that goes into your body, how you are interacting with your environment, with conversations, with people, with stress, with trauma, with drama, with other people's expectations and opinions and perspectives, and you making the choice for you and your health. And if there's no right thing to do and there's no wrong thing to do, and you have done the research, listen to your gut. What is your gut telling you? What do you want to do right now? Taking back responsibility for your own health just makes sense for you. And to me, that's what natural health is all about. That's what immunity is all about. It's about you making decisions based on what you know about your health. And of course, there's a whole lot that you don't know about your health, but who you talk to and whose opinions and advice you seek is your choice. And if this helps you just gain more choices, then we've done a good job. You're lucky enough to grow food, so you know where it's come from, what's in it, and that it's fresh and hasn't traveled thousands of miles, then you're really onto a good start to building your immunity, because the food that we eat is really important. It's fuel that is for improving the functionality of every part of our body. If you are able to locate foods that you know are local foods, that you know are good for your body, that you know are full of natural vitamins and minerals, then you won't be needing a lot of excess things being brought in. Through that, the food trends have changed, and changes all of the time. So what we believed was good for us one year is no good the next year. There's so much information that just makes it so difficult. So you must go with your gut instinct and listen to your body and what your body finds that it likes and what your body argues with. Have less of those things that affect your body negatively. Have more of those things that are providing natural minerals and vitamins. Make sure that you get 20 minutes outside without sun cream on so that you get a good lot of vitamin D every day. Make sure that you get the exercise your body needs in order to function properly, and your muscles and your joints. Make sure that you are providing your body with a strong foundation so that you have a better immunity, a stronger health system foundation. And you'll be so much better off as you go forward along your health journey. Thank you very much for listening today. I hope this is useful, and I hope this conversation helps you question your health and your responsibility for what you can change, what you do have a choice for, and how you can improve your health. See you next week.
I hope you enjoyed this session. It was really good just to go through. Oh, here's me sounding really croaky now. Just to go through everything about immunity and how homeopathy can help keep us healthy, as long as we don't do too much talking, obviously. Next week, I'll be talking to Rachel. Rachel Williams has just had a trip to India where she was talking to some great homeopathic masters, and she did a talk in front of their homeopathic university. So we're just going to find out a little bit more about the homeopathic community in India. I look forward to seeing you then. Take care.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode and look forward to listening to our next one. Please don't forget to follow our podcast on your chosen channel, and please do leave us a review so we can continue to share homeopathy with as many people as possible. If you do have any questions, please do reach out to us on any of our social platforms mentioned in the show notes. We at Homeopathy 24/7 hope to empower you on your natural health journey.